Are you struggling to get out of bed every morning? Feeling like your passion for work has completely vanished? You might think it's just burnout, but hold on a second. Are you also noticing other symptoms? Have you suddenly gained or lost weight? Do you find it hard to fall asleep at night or keep waking up in the early hours? Do you feel like even meeting family or friends is a chore? If you answered yes to these questions, it might not be just burnout. Hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to talk about the difference between burnout and depression, something many people get confused about. Studies show that a lot of working professionals miss the right time for treatment because they can't tell these two apart. Let's start with burnout. Burnout is extreme exhaustion and a cynical attitude, usually tied to work or specific tasks. In simple terms, it's when you're just sick of work. On weekends or during vacations, you might feel relatively okay and still enjoy hobbies or hanging out with friends. But depression is completely different. It strips away interest and joy from every part of your life. Your favorite foods lose their taste. And even the shows you used to love feel boring. You start feeling distant from family and friends. Here's a key difference. Burnout can improve with rest. A few days of good rest or a trip away might leave you thinking, all right, let's give it another shot. Depression, on the other hand, doesn't get better with rest. In fact, you might feel even worse thinking, I'm resting, but I'm still this exhausted. What's wrong with me? There are some critical signs you shouldn't ignore. First, changes in sleep patterns. Burnout might make you sleep a lot due to fatigue. But with depression, you could face insomnia, struggling to fall asleep or waking up, often in the early morning, or you might sleep all day long. Second, changes in appetite. Burnout can lead to temporary overeating or loss of appetite due to stress. With depression, you might lose your appetite entirely or feel like eating all the time. And this lasts for 2 weeks or more. Third, how you think about yourself. With burnout, you might think, work is too much or the company's the problem. But with depression, it's more like, I'm not good enough, or I can't do anything right. Here's something critical many people miss if you ignore burnout for too long. It can develop into depression. Research shows that a significant number of people who let burnout linger end up with major depressive disorder. That's why early detection and action are so important. So when should you seek professional help? Don't hesitate if these symptoms last for 2 weeks or more, trouble falling asleep, or waking up often in the early hours, losing interest in activities you used to love, struggling to focus even on simple tasks, frequently feeling worthless, or noticing significant weight, changes like gaining or losing 5 kilos in a month. These are strong signs of depression. And if you ever have even the slightest thought of, I don't want to live, that's an emergency signal. You need to get professional help right away. A lot of people worry, won't seeing a psychiatrist leave a record that could hurt my job prospects? But under medical privacy laws, your records are strictly protected. Getting mental health treatment won't affect your job applications or insurance, and seeking help early is far more beneficial in the long run. In fact, most people see significant improvement within 3 to 6 months with early treatment. What happens if you delay treatment? Leaving depression untreated for a long time can negatively affect your brain's neural circuits, making recovery slower and increasing the risk of relapse. Finally, let me share some ways to prevent and manage both burnout and depression. Keep a regular sleep schedule. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day stabilizes your brain's rhythm. Get some exercise. Regular physical activity boosts serotonin, the brain chemical that lifts your mood. It works even better when combined with antidepressants and can significantly ease symptoms. Stay connected with others, even when it's tough. Don't completely cut off family or friends. We're social creatures, and isolation can make you feel worse, faster, and let go of perfectionism. Thinking I have to be the best all the time is one of the biggest causes of both burnout and depression. Here's the most important thing I want you to take away today. Mental health is just as important as physical health. Just like you'd go to a doctor for a cold, it's perfectly normal to seek help for a mind cold. If you're struggling right now, please don't try to tough it out alone. Asking for help isn't weakness, it's courage. I'm rooting for your mental health. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. Thank you.